अस्तो मा सद्गमया तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमया मृत्योर्मां अमृतं गमया. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to real, lead us from darkness to light, lead us from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaskaram, friends. Today we'll take a very important Vedanta short verses of Drig Drisya Viveka. Drig means seer, Drisya means seen, and Viveka means discrimination. So, this is discrimination between seer and the seen. We must know, we must understand to follow the Vedanta philosophy. This is very important text, and it contains only 46 verses. It was supposed to be written by Shankaracharya, but there is some difference of opinion among authors. They say some Acharya Vidyaranya also might have written this text. So anyway, that doesn't matter much, but we'll follow Shankaracharya's Drisya Viveka. Now, friends, as I told you, Drig or Drik or Drig, as it is written in different places, different ways, it means the seer, one who sees. And Drishya means it is seen, the objects which are seen by the seer. And that differentiation we must follow. So we will see the introduction first. Now, as I told you, this is an inquiry into the distinction of seer and seen, and it is very important to understand Vedanta philosophy. And we'll go to next. Now, there are three layers of seer seen relationship: sense organs and sense objects is the first layer. Second layer is mind with the sense organs, and third layer is the consciousness or the witness or sakshi with the mind. So these are three layers of seer seen relationship, as we will see in this slide. These are three layers of seer seen relationship: sense organs with sense objects, mind with sense organs, and the witness with the mind. So what happens is, as we all understand, our eye is the seer. When we see any object in this universe or in this world, all the objects are seen. They are Drsya, and eye becomes seer, that is, which sees. This is easy, this is very easy philosophy. Eye is the seer, eye sees the objects, and the objects are seen. Now, this is the first layer of seer seen relationship, which is second layer, that is, we will see. Now, you just understand now, the eye cannot see itself. Eye cannot see itself. Do you agree with me? This means, you may say, yes, we can see our eye in the mirror, but what you see in the mirror is the reflection of your eye, is not the eye. Eye cannot see the eye itself, but reflection or image of the eye you can see in the mirror. This means, who sees your eye? Who sees your eye? The mind sees your eye, and in that case, when the mind sees your eye, mind becomes seer and the eye becomes seen. Is it clear? So the eye becomes object and the mind becomes seer. So this is a second level of seer seen relationship. This is the discrimination between seer and seen. Now, one more thing. This eye, when we are talking about eye, is only one sense organ, but it applies equally to all the sense organs, whether it is ears or tongue or skin. So, all the objects. For ears, sound is the object. For skin, any touch object is the object. Similarly, when we taste anything, the food becomes object and tongue becomes seer. So, for all, it applies truly to all the sense organs. Now, you see, there is another layer, third layer also, that is the witness. Now, who is watching your mind? Can mind, who is seer to the eyes, thoughts arise in the mind, various thoughts arise in the mind when mind is active. So then, in that case, mind becomes an object, and who is seer in that case? Witness is seer. The consciousness is seer. Sakshi is seer, and that is the last stage for what witness. For witness, nobody can be seer. That is the last. He is absolute seer. Mind becomes object, and seer becomes witness. So we will see all the three stages in these slides. So there are uh, different kinds, colors and sizes of objects in this universe, like different colors like blue, yellow, red, green, and sizes means gross or subtle, then short or long, and um, so there are forms differences of forms, but the I remains the same. I remains one. I remains one seer, which sees them all. Which sees them all. So this is the first layer of the seer scene relationship. One eye sees different objects. That means objects are many, but eye is one. Seer is one. Seen are many. Objects are many. Now, when mind becomes seer, what happens? Eye may be dull. Eye is dull. Eye cannot see. Eye becomes weak. You cannot differentiate the colors. Now, who uh, you know recognizes everything? Eye cannot see. Eye itself will not tell you that I am dull or I'm not. I cannot see. The mind catches that. The mind becomes seer. Mind knows. Yes, the eye is not seeing clearly. Eye is not even blindness. Mind only knows, not the eye. So this means that the mind is becomes seer, and eyes become object. So as we see in the next slide. So sharp eyes, dull eyes, and even blindness are the many characteristics of the eyes, but the mind which knows these differences remains the same. The ear, the skin, etc. also have varying characteristics. It is the same like this. So we will now come to uh, understand about the six principles of seer scene relationship. Now, what are they? We'll see the next slide. What are the six principles of seer scene relationship? The seer and the seen are always different. This is the first principle. Obviously, they have to be different. Eye cannot be same as objects. So seer and seen are the always different from each other. The seer is always inside. The seer is inside seeing it, and the seen is outside. That is, objects are outside and the seer is inside. Third is the seer is one, the seen are many. As I told you, seer cannot be two. Seer is only one. One eye, one mind, one witness. But the seen or the objects are many. The seer is sentient, that is conscious, living being. The seen in relation to it is inert. It is not that always objects are inert, but in relation to the seer, the objects are inert. So fifth is neither the seer nor the seen can see itself. So seer cannot see, eye cannot see itself, objects cannot see itself, mind cannot see itself. Witness only can see the mind. The mind becomes an object, the witness can see. So the same thing cannot be both seer and seen at the same time. At the same time, same thing. Eye cannot be seer and seen. If eye is seer, then objects are outside many. If mind is seer, then eyes become object, or any sense of organs become object. And if witness consciousness there, that is a seer, then mind becomes object. So friends, this is very important relationship, which we, I hope you have understood this. So consciousness, now next theory we will come to, what happens to this consciousness. Now consciousness or the witness or sakshi, it illumines everything, it illumines everything. Now what happens is during deep sleep, what happens during semi sleep state or dream state or waking state. So the consciousness is fully reflecting in the ego. The ego is getting full reflection of the consciousness during waking stage, and the ego is partially getting consciousness in the dream state. Mind is still active, but in the deep sleep, the consciousness is not getting reflected by the mind. Mind itself becomes inert during deep sleep. So consciousness illumines the thoughts of desire, willingness or doubt, belief or disbelief, fortitude or its lack, modesty, understanding, fear, and such others. So we'll come to next slide, which is qualities of the Sakshi, witness consciousness. Now, this witness consciousness, as we know, does not rise nor does it set. This means it doesn't die nor takes birth. It is always constant, pure, and eternal. It does not increase nor does it decrease, means it neither grows, unlike any body. When it takes birth as a child, it is very small, then slowly it grows. Consciousness doesn't grow, consciousness remains the same. It doesn't increase, doesn't decrease. And lastly, the consciousness shines by itself. It does not borrow any light or shine from external aid, that is, from any other outside object. It does not take any consciousness. So, friends, the consciousness, this means consciousness shines by itself. So, even sun doesn't give its uh, shine to the consciousness, it shines by itself. That is important. Now, this was section 1, friends. So far, we